Thanks so much for joining us, everyone, at the Optum Care Community Centers. It's Ben Brock, and today Colleen is going to take us through a chair yoga class. Now, this is a fantastic class that both challenges our range of motion and flexibility, but also really helps with that stress management. So go ahead and grab a chair and enjoy the workout. Before engaging in this program, make sure you are in good physical condition and do not suffer from any known disability or condition which would prevent or limit your participation in this exercise program. An examination by a physician should be obtained by anyone prior to commencing a fitness and/or exercise program, or initiating a substantial change in the amount of regular physical activity performed. If you choose not to obtain a physician's consent prior to beginning this fitness program, you should continue at your own risk. It is your sole responsibility to participate in exercises that are appropriate for the current status of your health. It is your responsibility to ask your doctor if this activity is appropriate before participating. This program is not medically supervised, and exercise activities are led by independent fitness instructors or employees of Optum Care. Optum Care Network of Arizona is not responsible for the actions or omissions of the instructors or other program participants.
Hello and welcome back for another chair yoga experience. Here we're going to just come right into our practice by starting at the edge of our seat. So we don't really want to use the back of the chair. We do want to build and work on some core. If it's available to us, we're going to be at the edge. Make sure you pick a chair where you don't feel like you're going to tilt or fall forward. So it's just enough. Take your feet. We're going to begin to put our mind and our awareness in our body. So let's take the feet and place them directly forward. And I'm going to give a little downward pressure to the feet. This is actually going to help me increase sitting upright. So you'll notice if I kind of let go of the feet, I might have a more tendency to kind of slouch. So I'm going to press those feet down. Knees are straight. I want to picture kind of like they're almost hugging in without a collapse. So I have this a nice steady piece. The low belly has a strength to it, so it is a lifting, but the chest, the lower chest is relaxed. And I'm gonna take those shoulders and extend the collarbones kind of open. So let's first inhale, roll those shoulders up and back, and exhale, draw them down. This should feel good right off the bat. So inhale, exhale. And we go again, inhale, and we exhale, and go ahead and set those shoulder blades down the back. I'm gonna tuck the chin, so you'll do this with me, just enough like you're holding a grapefruit under the chin. We don't wanna overdrop it, but if I release that, it clears the occipital ridge here in the back, and I begin to lift the back of the skull up, so the face stays relaxed. So we're gonna hold that alignment, kind of soften it. We're going to work on our breath, but we're gonna add something with our breath work today. If it's available to you, we're gonna bring the hands out in front. If it's not, you can just put the hands by the belly for the breathing. So I'm gonna put the hands just out in front of the chest. This is right around embracing that heart area. So shoulders are down, elbows are dropped. Try not to lift the elbows so you'll tense the neck. Those come down, fingers are kind of relaxed. I'm gonna tuck that chin and I'm gonna start some breath in and out of the nose. So as you're ready, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose, relax that low belly. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale a little slower. Exhale a little steadier. So we're just bringing our awareness into our body, using the breath, focusing on that. A couple more breaths in and out. Last 3, active breath with the arms up brings in a little extra warmth. Inhale. Then exhale at your own pace. If the arms are too tired, go ahead and put them down. 2 more breaths. Nice and steady. In, out. Final one. In and out. We're going to bring the hands into the chest. Exhale, draw them down. Coordinating breath and movement. Inhale, we're going to lift up. I'm taking a stretch so my heels come up. Reach towards the sky. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, big circle. Exhale, hands down. Third and final. So inhale, big sweep, stretch, lift the eyes, and exhale, bring the hands down. Good. All right, so let's make sure we keep our breath going through our practice the best we can, working on coordinating those movements. We're going to start by clearing the neck a little. I'm going to bring the hands on the hips. That chin stays remaining down. And this sounds odd, but it's like I'm trying to draw the ears back or bring the head to touch a wall behind me. Just going to help release that. Shoulders stay down and elbows back. We're going to keep the shoulders nice and square here with the hips. So I'm going to inhale. You can do this too, of course. Choose your direction. Exhale. Turn your chin over one shoulder of your choice. Try not to turn the shoulders, just the neck. Inhale. We come through the center. And as you're ready, exhale. We're going to go the other way. I'm kind of looking over the shoulder. Inhale. I'm going to come back to center. Now exhale, turn over that first shoulder, and if you can, start to inch that hand, that same arm, behind the back, however far you can go without turning the shoulders. Inhale, we come back to center, and exhale, I'm going to slowly begin to turn. That hand comes behind the back, and I start to look over the shoulder. Inhale, I'm going to come back again. We're going to repeat that. So exhale, I turn my head. That same hand goes behind the back. The other hand, I'm going to try and bring behind the head and open the sternum and the chest. Maybe eyes look up a little bit. Inhale, I'm going to give it a switch, coming back. Exhale, turn the head. Bring the hand behind the back, other hand behind the head, and exhale, I'm giving a slight glimpse over the shoulder. Inhale, I'm going to come back to center, and we're just going to release. Exhale and feel the residual kind of effect. Here we're going to do a little bit more twisting. So we're going through a twisting series today. It should always be done lightly and right to a boundary, right to your edge. So we want to be mindful of that edge. I'm going to put the hands at the belly for this one. Make sure the knees stay square and keep pushing the feet down so we stay nice and present and active in the body. Chin down, I'm going to inhale. Now this time I'm going to turn the shoulders by turning at the belly button. So at the navel, I'm going to turn one direction. Inhale, I'm going to come back, and exhale, I'm turning the other way. So the shoulders do move this time. Inhale, I come back, and I'm trying to turn between the ribs and the hips inside the abdomen. Inhale, the belly expands. Exhale, hug that navel back and give a turn. In. Out. I'm going to do one more like that. In. And give a turn. Good. Inhale, I'm going to come to center and release those hands down. We're going to take one more twist. This one's a little bit more dynamic. So I'm going to take the feet wider and the toes open. So I have a nice kind of, this if I were standing, it'd be called goddess pose, but I have a nice stance here. Feet are nice and pressured, okay? Try and get the knees over the ankles so the heels aren't back nor are they forward. We have a nice stance. Fingertips point in and the palms are on the thighs. So I'm just gonna start by giving some cat-cow to the spine. So I have this inhalation in this opening and this exhalation in this rounding. Inhale again. I want to picture moving each vertebra one at a time. As if I'm clearing tension and tightness, and exhaling. Inhale again. Take that lift through the sternum, eyes up. I'm going to take the exhale round, drop in either shoulder, that's your choice, and give it a turn, trying to pull the opposite ribs back. Inhale, I come up, lift the sternum and the eyes. Exhale, round, turn the navel and the heart. One more time each side. Good. Breath in. And out. In. And out. Good. Let's come back to center. So we inhale. I'm going to toe heel the way back in, and I want to find and resume that same kind of spot. So ankles under knees, feet pressure down. nice and sturdy here. So we're working with that. Now I'm going to come back to where we started, and we kind of worked on this, holding the hands in front of the heart, if you would. Shoulders are down. So I have a rounded, I'll show you from the side in a second too. I have actually kind of a rounded back here, a little like that cat-cow spine. I'm going to bring the hands to the chest and open it up and bring the elbows in, and I pull the shoulder blades towards the spine. Push the palms outward while keeping the shoulder blades active on the spine. Might seem a little odd. That's okay. Just try it. Inhale. Hands come to heart. And push outward. Exhale. Shoulder blades to the spine. Hands push. Fingers are pulling to the face, and I'm pushing with pressure. So very good for connective tissue here. So I inhale. Draw those shoulder blades in, and exhale. Push out. It's actually a little more effort than it looks like. Let's do one last one. So inhale, draw it to center. Bring those elbows and shoulder blades in. Keep the shoulder blades snug. Push the hands out. Good. Now I know you probably want to drop those arms, but we're going to actually go ahead and lift them straight up over the head. Now here's the trick. I want my shoulders down. So if you have a tight shoulder or frozen shoulder or something like that, we're going to bring the hands forward and allow that to be our space. So find the height of your hands that works for you. Shoulders down, sternum up, feet pressured. So first I'm just going to inhale, and then exhale, I'm going to lift the heels and push up through the hands, kind of pressuring up. Now I come back down, exhale, I'm going to bend over to one side. Now we're going to hold this for a moment, not the breath though. So I push one hand up and I root that hip down. So I'm trying to create a stretch. Watch for the tendency to bow forward. I actually want to see if I can keep, like I'm against a wall here. Hands pressure, shoulders down. If that's too much, we bring it more to a mild position or forward. Stay here another breath or so. You can lift the heel of the side you're lifting. Good breath. We're going to come back up. I know you want to drop those hands. If you need to, you can. Otherwise, let's try and keep going. So I'm going to exhale. I'm going to go the other way. Okay. So now I'm stretching, reaching this hip down, opening these ribs, drawing over. Remember, I can bring the hands forward if I need to accommodate. Try not to roll. Holding the posture, but not the breath. You can lift the opposite heel. Whatever direction you're pushing with the hands, that heel comes up, sternum's up. If this is too much, again, bring the hands further forward. It's actually a lot of work just to even keep the arms in this posture. Let's come back to center. I'm going to press up through the top of the pose. And I got to take one twist. I know we're almost there. Navel to spine. Give it a turn. Inhale. Come back to center. Lift. Down. Last one. Exhale. Turn. Good. So we're going to come back to center. Now you can just drop the hands if you like, but I'm going to invite you. Push the hands out. I pretend like I'm inside a snow globe. Fingers are pulling to the face. Hands are pushing away. I'm slowly gliding it down. Remember to take some deep breaths. So we're not going to hold the breaths here. And you're going to slowly, slowly, slowly release those arms. Once they come down, just let them relax for a moment, okay? Try not to fidget. You can adjust your shirt later. And then when you're ready, take a peek at the hands. They should be pink. So some good warmth, maybe some circulation increasing there. So that's all we're trying to get with the hands. We're going to do our next movement here. So sitting nice and tall, good tall spine. And I'm going to start. So we're going to take one hand, both hands on the knees for easy. I'm going to take one hand, palm up. Okay, shoulder down. And I'm going to open that arm out to the side. Shoulder down. I'm going to give a little bit, I'm going to take the other hand, a little bit of a twist, not too much. So I bring this hand to point at the elbow, and I'm going to see if I can turn. Try not to pull with the shoulder. We don't want to increase, we're not looking for the mobility in the shoulder at this moment. We're looking for the turn at the abdomen. So navel to spine, I'm going to give a little turn and a slight extension. Reducing the turn if my back isn't so happy with that. So you'll find it. Now here's the additional piece. This is some core work with that twist. It's bringing it up. So I'm going to bring whatever side I'm pointing to, I'm going to bring that heel up. Now my full posture, if I wanted to do it, would be slowly bringing that knee up to the elbow. But that's a lot of work, and I want to do it from my core, not lifting just from the leg. So I can either stay here, about 2 more breaths, okay? We'll do the other side. Chest up, shoulder down, navel back. Your choice on the depth. Hold the focus and breathe. We're going to inhale, set that foot down, unwind, and rest in the center in just a moment. So you want to feel the difference in the side bodies from where we had that twist occurring. Let's do the other side. So here we're going to, same thing, hands on the legs, opposite hand up, palm up, take it out to the side. Other hand, palm up, fingers point at the elbow. Make sure the shoulders are down. Taking that turn between the ribs and the hip, also slightly. So navel in, give a turn, and my eyes would be focusing at the hand if possible. Now, if I want to increase the core work here, I come up on the ball of the foot or on the toe, navel to spine. I'm already activating that core. The more I pull the core in, the more I can lift that leg. And that's my ultimate goal. We're holding. You can bring the toe down. 2 more breaths. You can have the leg up some. And we come back to center. And we're going to release and just kind of feel those effects in what's happening. So here, we're going to take just a little bit of a release and a forward bend. So we're going to inhale, sweep up, and then exhale. I'm going to bring the hands down and give a release all the way over. Another breath or so here, just letting the body relax. If you don't come all the way over the legs or you don't want to drop the head that far, just put the elbows on the knees and let the body relax for a moment after all that twisting. Good. So we're going to inhale. We'll come all the way up. And I'm going to invite you into a standing posture of your choice. Or a standing posture I'll show you between a chair or standing. So if you don't want to get up, stay in the chair and I'll show you the variation for it. So if we're good standing, come up, check your surroundings as you kind of come around. I'm going to hold the side of the chair, okay? You can hold the back, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm holding the side and I'm just going to start by transferring my weight to one leg, okay? So I have nice action, weight on one leg, and I come up on the other leg, all right? And if that's my comfort zone, then I'm just going to stay right there. So we're going to do ultimately the same thing we did in the chair. So I'm going to bring one hand up and give it a slight turn, okay? And if I'm behind the chair, I can do the same. And I can lift a leg if it's comfortable for me. If not, I'm going to keep that toe on the ground. So I have that same slight turn in that lift. You'll recall we did that in the chair. I just have one hand holding the back of the chair. So this is your choice. I can start with the eyes forward. Looking to the side increases the difficulty of balance. So if I'm having trouble with balancing, I bring my eyes forward. Hand down. Do the other side. Make sure we're always working on that. So trying to see if we can not only balance, which is enough work right here, but then have some reach in our extremities. So I have one leg bent, one leg out, or one arm out, tall spine. My choice, how far up I want to lift that leg. Maybe I only go a couple inches, but I'm using that chair. Nice steady point. Eventually I'll let go of that chair. If I want to bring it up higher, I can. If I want to turn my gaze, I do slowly, finding checkpoints along the way. The hardest thing is going to be looking at that hand. And I can do that in the chair. So that's something just to practice, working on our balance, nice and steady, maybe just getting weight off of one of those legs. We're going to return back to our seat, as you see I've done. And we're going to recenter. So we're always kind of bringing ourselves back in. Feet straight, please. Ankles under knees. Knees hugging slightly. Feet pushing, tall spine. Open those shoulders. We're going to just take the palms up on the legs. Chin in. Soften the eyes. We're going to take about 3 breaths here. Go ahead. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. A little softer and slower. 2 more at your own pace. And we'll complete with 3 circles. So inhale, lift the hands, lift the heels. Exhale, just kind of set it down. Inhale, big sweep, lift the heels, hands. Exhale, draw it down. And inhale, up. And hands come down. All right, everyone. See you next time.